It's a kind of magic. It's a kind of magic. A kind of magic. One dream, one soul, one prize, one golden glance of what should be. It's a kind of magic. One shot of light that shows the way. No mortal man can win this day. It's a kind of magic. The bell that rings.
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York. These vagabond shoes are longing to stray right through the very heart of it. New York, New York. I want to wake up in a city that doesn't sleep and find I'm king of the hill, top of the heap. These little town blues are melting away. I'll make a brand new start of it in old New York. If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York. In a city that never sleeps and find I'm a number one, top of the list, king of the hill, a number one. These little town blues start of it in old New York. And if I can make it there, I'm gonna make it anywhere. It's up to you, New
Past weekend, we had a big comic book convention at the Javits Center. Well, if you're inspired, more than 80,000 vehicles cross the Lincoln Tunnel daily. Daily, 1.2 million vehicles enter Manhattan and try to park in half as many parking spaces. Pier 76, the Great Pier to your left, is where all illegally parked vehicles in Midtown get towed. Towing costs $285, your experience priceless. Decades ago, an American actress, Grace Kelly, took a liner from here to go marry a prince in Monaco. Can you imagine an American actress marrying royalty? Like that could happen again in the same summer. Behind it, black and gray glass, 4 blocks long. The aforementioned Jacob Javits Convention Center is too small. That's why the Comic Con was split up in 3 areas. Nobody cares environmentally Javits is greenest. In fact, conventioneers hate the fact it's multi-level. You need 3 or 4 maps because every floor is laid out differently. We are doubling Javits north or left of it to be more competitive. That will cost $1.2 billion. Although environmentally Javits is green, Vegas gets the green, if you know what I mean. At the treetop level to your left, the High Line, 30 feet in the air. An abandoned, elevated freight railroad, redone as a world-famous strolling park. Start at 34th Street, 11th Avenue, snake your way down past 14th Street, all the way to Gansevoort Street in Greenwich Village. It's like a 1932 rocket ship. The observation decks open at 8 in the morning. They stay open till 2 the next lovebirds, and you know who you are. Are you adventurous? Come back next February, the annual quarter-mile race up the steps. The American Talk Show host Kelly Ripa made that climb for charity in 16 minutes 8 seconds to place 6th in the amateur women's division. Top that, Seacrest. 34th Street, 5th Avenue, Empire. To your left, the neighborhood is Chelsea. Once an independent town, today a neighborhood. Dylan Thomas, Thomas Wolfe, Mark Twain, Arthur Miller, David Bowie, and Sid Vicious made Chelsea famous and infamous. Today it's known for recreation. Inland, celebrity residences and nightclubs. On the shore, red, white, and blue, Chelsea Sports Entertainment Piers. Kayaking, paddleboard, and boxing lessons. An indoor ice skating rink, or an indoor rollerblade skateboarding rink. Catered dining hall, volleyball, gymnastics gym, health spa, bowling alleys, batting cages, and crime. To your left, behind the yacht, is a 4-level golf driving range cage, featured in Serendipity. Behind that, all the Law and Order TV crime dramas for more than 2 decades have had their interior sets. As I speak, SVU is doing season 20 from here. Below 23rd Street, above 16th Street, Chelsea Piers. To our right, a flat-top hill dominated by a tower and flagpole, the Stevens Institute of Technology. Colonel John Stevens served as General Washington's treasurer and later built the first ocean-going steam vessel. This college, the first of any in the U.S. to require all students to have personal computers. And a U.S. Navy ship in service today had its hull design tested here. Macy's has tested parade balloons in its parking lot. Shouldn't you test things? To your left is a pair of cranes in the water. Bottom left of the cranes, the remains of Pier 56, where the Titanic was supposed to dock. Bottom right of the cranes, Pier 54, 14th Street, where the Lusitania left from. Noticing a trend? I had the day off. Gray slanted glass to your left, the new Whitney Museum of Art. The High Line ends underneath of it. That's the state of the art. State of technology. Tan building on the water with a white flagpole mid-roof. That used to be Bell Laboratories. Anything that makes your cell phone possible came out of it. The first transistors, first telecommunications satellites, the first talking motion picture soundtrack, the first touch-tone dialing, first transatlantic dialing. From that building on the West Side Highway at the Bethune Street corner. Today, government-subsidized housing for artists, the West Beth apartment and theater complex. See, it's got to be government subsidy. Chelsea and Greenwich Village, neighborhoods to your left, made so famous by hotel buildings. You want to see the past? Look left. The older industrial buildings that are short have high ceilings. They sell for big bucks residentially today. 1.8 million per room. Whatever rules you think you know about New York real estate, toss them. We had to. The financial district begins now on our left. Can we still call it that? Less than half the jobs in it are financial. See, if your building's from the 1920s or 30s, BC, before computers, it's not designed for 21st century office technology. That's exactly why Time Life Publishing left their building computer ready north of Times Square and came here. They don't need all the tech. North of Times Square, the old Time Life Publishing building is today Fidelity Financial. Technology driving these changes. Look left, past the tug and barge. See how Manhattan sticks out in the river at a square angle? That's not natural, it's been enhanced. Battery Park City. Everything dug out or destroyed in the 1960s. For New York City's first building designed purposely for fax and computers fills the tub. You're looking at 93 acres of residential landfill attached on the financial district. The island of Manhattan is 20% larger than when Hudson sailed here. Can you name the first building built in New York designed purposely for fax and computers? You know, you won't let yourself know. Why do you think we built those Twin Towers? To your left with the 8 triangular walls, each representing one side of those Twin Towers. That's the new One World Trade Center. From the ground to the tip of the aluminum flame on the spire, it's 1776 feet tall. And it's also only a 90-floor office tower built atop a 14-story pedestal. The spire adds 404 additional feet. Take away the spire, their average height. Right of this building, left of the building with zigzagging girders on the edge, the empty sky where they stood. Their foundations form the Waterfalls Memorial. The North Tower, Tower 1, 1,368 feet tall. Did you know Tower 2, 4 feet taller? Somebody wanted a higher executive dining room ceiling. Little off, the blueprint changed. They were first and second tallest when they opened. Third and fourth to your right, Ellis Island. Samuel Ellis was a London-born butcher who came to the colony. Life good, business better. Daughter married a British officer. Sam Ellis bought his family a 3-acre picnic island. In 1775, come the revolution, the options to back family or independence. He wants independence. Could you war against your son-in-law breaking your daughter's heart? Sides with family, not popular after, goes back to England. It's his granddaughter who sold this island to the new U.S. government. New York City's number 6 subway, our eldest. Where did all that debris go? Ellis Island today is more than 9 times bigger. We see version 3, built to process 5,000 a day when opened in 1903. Like the internet, technology gets faster. The steamboat replaced the sailboat by 1909, more than 10,000 arrived daily. So your ship might wait 3 days for your turn. Would you pass? Your babies? Elderly relatives? More than 98% got in, but a family could be split up forever. Before it closed in 1954. President Lyndon Johnson landmarked it in 64. Nobody wanted him to get credit. We almost lost it. To take politics out of it, private monies made it the Museum of American Immigration. In 1986, the Golden Door, the Island of Tears, Ellis Island awaits your visit. Don't miss it. No need to rush to the right. We'll pass Lady Liberty's face twice. First the right side, then the left. If you all rush to the right and trip over each other, just causes problems. Instead, reach into your pockets. Pull out 2 copper coins, what we call pennies. Take U.S. You will stumble in the dark. Proper title of the statue, Liberty Enlightening the World. The world has 7 continents, 7 seas, crowns, halo, 7 points. Want to enlighten the world about democracy? Is she dressed in Athenian Grecian robes, Athens, democracy's birthplace, or a Roman garment? Doulas, given Roman slaves, set free. No debate for me. Like Heinz ketchup and relish we serve. Like the statue's 4 donated steel beams from Scottish immigrant Andrew Carnegie, president of the Keystone Bridge Company, Pittsburgh, PA. I'm from Pittsburgh. Pennsylvania's the Keystone State. It would be the 5th largest in the U.S. It is a county of New York City. I don't care what the University of Illinois said. As a county, it's the most ethnically diverse county in the United States. Now, Queens has a similar population and similar diversity. They also have no way to be all things to all peoples. I wear a size 11 sneaker. If I put 1 foot heel to toe in front of the other, smaller than a Shaquille O'Neal size 23 sneaker. Lady Liberty, 879. U.S. Women. When a glacier scrapes against the continent's coast like a bulldozer, debris trails behind it. Geologists call that a glacial footprint. Can you spot a glacial footprint 126 miles long? It's to the right. It's called Long Island. Yes, Brooklyn and Queens are on Long Island. Not every county of Long Island is part of New York City, just those 2. All the others are independent of New York City and each other. And simply, it's a seawall. The Long Island to your right shields the smaller island on your left from storms. Storms are strongest on the northeast side. What do we call the worst storms here? Nor'easters. Logically, where's the northeastern storm weakest? The southwest, Red Hook, Brooklyn, where the cranes are. #1 port in the nation for importing cocoa beans to make chocolate. All Heineken beer enters the U.S. through here, and Formula E will be back in July. Kind of like Indy cars, kind of like Formula 1 cars, but electric power units. They hold the championship in Red Hook. To your left, the gray Staten Island Ferry Terminal, the green Governor's Island Terminal. Between the 2 of them, a Native American trading route. The Dutch made it wider for wagons. For 4 centuries, called the Broad Way. The East River begins here. On the east side, yes. A river, no. The Atlantic Ocean rolling into a channel cut out by said glacier back into the ocean again. This entire journey of saltwater between the Georgia. The heliport to your left featured in Working Girl, the Thomas Crown Affair, and Fools Rush In. Behind the heliport in the trees, flags mark the New York City Vietnam Veterans Memorial, 55 Water Street, the address. To your right, above the highway, Brooklyn Heights. Around it, warehouses becoming condominiums or new condos going up. Here is becoming parkland, making wealthy residents of Brooklyn Heights wealthier. Brooklyn Heights featured in the Patty Duke Show, The Cosby Show, and Moonstruck. Your left passes here with the flagpole. The wide street is Wall Street. I believe that's the George Washington Ferry coming out. Just up the street is where George Washington took the oath as our first president. At the end of Wall Street is Trinity Church, featured a national treasure here at the Wall, Broadway and Wall. It's a real church, closed for renovation. Hamilton's grave is right up against the Wall Street side of the fence. Eliza is beside him. You really have 24-hour access to that bridge. There's the steeple at the end, Trinity Church. April 1st, 1789, our congressmen on Wall Street as a nation for the first time. On the steps of Federal Hall where they met, April 30th, Washington took the oath. Imagine, the birthday of our Congress is April Fool's Day. Who knew? The late Senator Daniel Patrick Moynihan had taught me that. South Street Seaport to your left, combination museum and mall, the tall ship, the waiver tree.
England, wow, the Beatles are from Dodds Addison, actually from a neighborhood in Liverpool named Wavertree.
It was the sailors from
Liverpool.
who called the top sail on the mid-mast the skyscraper. Did you know that term's nautical? Above the rebuilding Pier 17 or beyond it, you will see my favorite skyscraper. Woolworth is beige. There's a point on each corner, a pointed green top. In the Disney film Enchanted, the fight scene with the dragons on Woolworth. Tallest in the world in 1913, paid for in cash, no mortgage cash. The top half going residential, not designed for 21st century office technology. Barclay and Broadway, you find Woolworth. Line sold ships to a dock. German immigrant John Roebling pondered wrapping steel like a ship's lines. What could you build? The result is the Brooklyn Bridge. It's so famous because it's more than twice as long as any bridge built before it. The steel cable made the bridge possible. The steel cable made the elevator possible. The elevator makes the skyscraper possible. You are sailing under the bridge and change the world. If you can build anything this long, engineering-wise, you could build something, if this was stood on end, that tall. The bridge that changed the world is the Brooklyn Bridge. In fact, the industrial age was a great age of optimism. What couldn't you solve if you didn't throw enough technology at it? To your right, between the bridges, Robert Fulton Ferry State Park. You'll see a carousel in a plexiglass house. Go 300 yards straight in from the carousel. The original Brooklyn shore. Way back there, Robert Fulton launched the first steam engine boat, the Claremont. That's the game changer, steam engine. Shipping grew. Industry grew. Immigration grew. The river was shrunk. There's so much landfill on both sides of us. The East River's only half as wide as it used to be. Good thing. In the late 70s, early 80s, New York City is on the brink of bankruptcy. It was strong enough to be neglected. All the money to fix it went elsewhere. You're sailing under the bridge that fiscally saved the city. After decades of delay, the JM&Z subway track work was finished 8 months early, on the last timetable. The Williamsburg Bridge. In Williamsburg, Brooklyn, to your right, the Domino Sugar Plant is being rebuilt as 2,300 apartments and commercial space. Mostly luxury apartments, but 700 are set for the middle class. Sway. The park was easy. That's why the park is open. And I hear the tacos are great. But nobody realized how difficult and dangerous it is to try to remove more than 150 years of sugar on walls. It's combustible is one complication. So the residential conversion is slow going. But the park is open, and the cafes are open, and your boarding photos may be for sale. Hey, are you in the mood for something sweet? Intermission time. Get up, stretch your legs, stretch your back, visit the cafe or restrooms. See you in 10 at the UN, United Nations shortly. Once again, if you have any questions, or even if you don't.
Stinkt der so, stinkt der so.
Das ist so eklig. Das ist grausam.
Also wir sind so echt arme Schweine.
Aber das haben wir nicht verdient.
Nein, wirklich nicht.
Wir hätten uns was Besseres leisten können. Definitiv.
Man sollte nicht sparen.
Okay.
Halten, halten. Halt mal die Scheißwälder. Bluttour.
Super. Den man auch verzichten kann.
Ja.
Ich kann nicht eins zusperren. Glaubst du das? Schaut schon super aus, stinkt wie die Seuche.
Ja.
Oh,
Handy laden.
kann ich jetzt wieder ausschalten. Warte, das Bad. Nicht täuschen lassen, absoluter Müllhaufen.
Ein Schweizer. Nein.
Okay.
Also, guten Morgen. Wir sind jetzt mal auf Tour und schauen mal nach einem Kaffee und ja, wir laufen mal. Ich filme einfach mal ein bisschen mit. Mal schauen, wie es euch dann so gefällt.
Sagst du das?
Der ist für alle da. Und zur Info, es ist schwül wie die Sau. Richtig ekelhaft. Wir sind jetzt noch bei 500 Meter gelaufen.
Schwitzen wir die Seuche, weil wir da haben schon geschwitzt haben wir die Seuche. Weil es genauso im Hotelzimmer auch schwül ist wie die Sau.
Und ekelhaft. Aber die Leute sind voll cool.
Naja.
Wird heute auf jeden Fall lustig. Drehe ich euch mal wieder. Sport am Morgen vertreibt Kummer und Sorgen. Und die Amerikaner sind nicht so blöd, es stehen überall Bäume umeinander. Nicht so wie die blöden Deutschen, wo alles wegreißen. Yeah! Starbucks! Ja.
to wear some flowers in your hair. If you're going to San Francisco, you're gonna meet some gentle people there. For those who come to San Francisco, summertime will be loving there. In the streets of San Francisco, gentle people with flowers in their hair. All across the nation, such a strange vibration. People in motion. There's a whole generation with a new explanation. People in motion. People in motion. For those who come to San Francisco, be sure to wear some flowers in your hair. If you come to San Francisco, summertime will be loving there. If you come to San Francisco, summertime will be loving there.
Wenn ihr einen Ausländer waren, der nass umruiniert, dann seid ihr nicht hier unter Teufel. Ich hab da ein bisschen Angst, dass er dann nass hat.
Film
War aber eine geile Aktion. Ja, es gibt auch Leute, die erwischt werden. Das ist ja noch komisch.
San Francisco. Paris, London, LA, Chicago, Tokyo, Baghdad, New York. Hear the global DJs, Moscow.
vai, continuiamo di sono stato bravo, ma vai.
just a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. He took the midnight train going anywhere. A singer in a smoky room, a smell of wine and cheap perfume. For a smile they can share the night. It goes on and on and on and on. Strangers waiting up and down the boulevard. Their shadows searching in the night. Streetlights, people living just to find emotion. High prisoners here of our own device. And in the master's chambers, they gathered for the feast. They stab it with their steely knives, but they just can't kill the beast. The last thing I remember, I was running for the door. I had to find the passage back to the place I was before. Relax, said the night man, we are programmed to receive. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave.
Shell. A Volkswagen engine is much quieter than a Ferrari engine and therefore much more suitable for filming. We also can't talk about picture cars without mentioning Fast and Furious, our most successful franchise here at Universal. Over here on your left-hand side, you'll see we have a tank from Transformers. It's not a real tank. Sometimes picture cars are just things that look like cars. So the tank is made entirely out of wood.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Isla Nublar. We're going to be taking a look at some of the props and vehicles from the first track lot, so should be nothing to worry about. Now over here on your left-hand side, we have the mobile lab from the second Jurassic Park film, The Lost World Jurassic Park. It's actually made entirely out of wood, just like that tank from Transformers. It had to dangle off the side of a cliff, so it was definitely in their best interest to have it be lightweight. And oh dear, I was wrong. That was awkward. Anyway, moving on, ladies and gentlemen. Weather played an incredibly important role in the Jurassic Park films. You know, it's terrifying no matter what if a T-Rex is chasing you, but it's unpredictable. And
Wasser
it
runter.
seldom happens out here in California. It's just really not a great way to create your film. It's much better to do this on your own. So we're going to actually create our own Hollywood rainstorm right here in our old Mexico sets. So thunder you hear is a sound effect that would typically be added in post-production. Usually when they're filming, they don't want to, get over the actor's dialogue, so they'll add it later. And then the lightning is a strobe light effect. And the rain is created by mounting a sprinkler on top of a building or a pole, simply turning that sprinkler on and letting the water fall to the ground naturally as if it were real rain. Now, water is transparent. It doesn't always show up too well on screen. So the more water you use, the better it's going to look. Now, back in the early days of filmmaking, they actually used to add powdered milk to the water to make it a little more opaque, but frankly, that was kind of gross. So we stopped doing that, and now we just use those extra large raindrops and make sure the rain is lit properly. As you guys can see, since the sun is shining through, you can see it. Oh, they turned on the flash flood. Watch out for your cameras, folks. Now you guys might actually recognize that flash flood from Big Fat Liar.
So good.
You can't outrun a wolf, kid! Yeah, we'll see about that. Hang on, funny folks!
Okay, don't panic, just a little tremor. This happens all the time in California. It's nothing to worry about. Okay, maybe you can panic just a little bit. Everybody hang on! Oh, the roof is collapsing! Okay, I think that was the worst of it. I think we're good, so we're just... Okay, let's get out of here. Well, congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. You just survived Earthquake, the big one. Woohoo! And you know what? They actually used the same special effects on that episode of Ball. George, maybe you should get out of the water, buddy. George? You okay? Ah! Okay, don't panic, don't panic, don't panic. Please remain seated at all times, and we're gonna hide. We're gonna hide right behind these highly flammable gas tanks. Uh-oh. Over there actually works a lot better than the shark.
World of Dr. Seuss became a reality.
It's a little wonky around here right now because our Terror Tram experience for Halloween Horror Nights comes through this area, and the Who's want no part of that. But frankly, they're a little nervous on any given day of the year because their next door neighbor is a bit of a psycho, you guys. So welcome to the Bates Motel, also decked out for our Terror Tram experience. So if you want to come here during Halloween Horror Nights, you can walk through these historic sets and have the daylight scared out of you. Fun stuff.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
On that creepy note, ladies and gentlemen, we're now entering the crash site from Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds. It's not normally haunted by killer clowns, once again, part of Terror Tram, but that is a real 747 you see destroyed over there, and here's what it looks like on screen.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around a vision that Steven had.
When we first began to sit down and talk about War of the Worlds, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Keep crossing me.
Gaan we zum Krankenwagen rüber.
Close your eyes, okay? Stay them closed.
Der Kleine beim Krankenwagen.
Krass, oder?
Robbie, get in. Get in.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are approximately 10 minutes from the end of the tour and we'll be returning to the theme park shortly. Remember to pull the emergency cord if you need any assistance and to remain seated at all times. As we leave behind the War of the Worlds set, take a look diagonally behind you to the right. You'll see a big blue backdrop back there. That big blue backdrop is known as Falls Lake. That's where they do a lot of the big CGI work and where they film parts of the movie Sully starring Tom Hanks. Today, apparently there's a witness to a crime. And they're hiding on our tram, and so now we're being chased by the bad guys, but the Fast and Furious guys want to help us out, but the FBI doesn't want them to. It's very confusing. I have no idea what's going on.
This is Agent Novak with an FBI alert about individuals who are not authorized to be involved in the witness protection operation I'm heading up with my FBI team. Be on alert for Dominic Toretto, an ex-convict who has broken laws throughout the U.S. and around the world. Despite his checkered past, Toretto and his crew were recruited by Agent Luke Hobbs to assist U.S. diplomatic security missions and was granted a pardon for the crimes he committed.
Us to stash you with Shaw for a while. So we brought you in our secret spot.
All right, look guys, we're gonna keep Shaw from finding you, but to keep you safe, we need your help. We don't want the syndicate tracking us here. So put away your cameras and turn off your cell phones. One flash or one ringtone could give us away.
I need y'all to take this real serious.
Okay, pull into the next bay and we'll meet you in there.
work for you. Oh, really? Well, tell me, Roman, who do you work for?
We don't work for nobody. I suggest you clear out of here, otherwise we can't guarantee your safety.
Guarantee my safety? I'm the one holding the gun.
Never mind, a whole lot bigger than yours. Escort this novice out.
Let's go, Cookie Puss. That ugly suit on, man.
It's cheap. Somebody out there really pissed off Shaw. It's gonna get ugly fast.
Yeah, don't worry. Lucky for you, our whole family will protect you.
Are you kidding me, Roman? You didn't shut off your phone, bro?
I gotta call you back. I'm in the middle of
See what I'm talking about?
Call you back. It was on vibrate.
Sure traced us. Ops can't hold him forever. Letty, Roman, we're up. Driver, move that vehicle.
It's about to get real
You should take it as a compliment that I got drunk and made fun of the way you talk. You should think about the consequence of your magnetic field being a little too strong. And I got a boyfriend, he's older than us. He's in the club doing I don't know what. You're so cool, it makes me hate you so much. I hate you so much. Whiskey on ice, sunset and vine. You ruined my life by not being mine. You're so gorgeous, I can't say anything to your face. 'Cause look at your face. And I'm so furious at you for making me feel this way. But what can I say? You're gorgeous. You should take it as a compliment that I'm talking to everyone here but you. And you should think about the consequence of you touching my hand in a darkened room. If you got a girlfriend, I'm jealous of her. But if you're single, that's honestly worse. 'Cause you're so gorgeous, it actually hurts. Ocean blue eyes, looking in mine. I feel like I might sink and drown and die. You're so gorgeous, I can't say anything to your face. 'Cause look at your face. And I'm so furious at you for making me feel this way. But what can I say? You're gorgeous. You make me so happy it turns back to sad. There's nothing I hate more than what I can't have. You are so gorgeous, it makes me so mad. You make me so happy it turns back to sad. There's nothing I hate more than what I can't have. Guess I'll just stumble on home to my cats. Alone, unless you wanna come along. You're so gorgeous, I can't say anything to your face. 'Cause look at your face. And I'm so furious at you for making me feel this way. But what can I say? You're gorgeous. You make me so happy it turns back to sad. There's nothing I hate more than what I can't have. You are so gorgeous, it makes me so mad. You're gorgeous. You make me so happy it turns back to sad. There's nothing I hate more than what I can't have. You are so gorgeous, it makes me so mad. You're gorgeous.
In the morning sun, I'll be sitting when the evening comes, watching the ships roll in, and then I watch them roll away again. Yeah, I'm sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Ooh, I'm just sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. I left my home in Georgia, headed for the Frisco Bay. 'Cause I've had nothing to live for, and look like nothing's gonna come my way. So I'm just gonna sit watching my eyes roll away, watching my eyes roll away. Watching my eyes roll away. the bay, watching the tide roll away. Ooh, I'm sitting on a dock of the bay, wasting time. I left my home in Georgia, headed for the Frisco Bay. I've had nothing to live for, and look like nothing's gonna come my way. So I'm just gonna watching my eyes go away.
If you guys want to go up to the front, I will be going slow, but the front of the boat, if you go all the way up to the front and kind of look over the edge, a lot of times these dolphins will play right underneath us. You sure can, yes. I will not go fast. I'm just going to match the speed of the dolphin. I will let you know before I go fast. But a lot of times, look at them right here, right up next to us. Excuse me.
Oh my goodness. Look at all of them, right? Did you want to go up there? You want to go?
I mean, we'll be here for a little while. I would fully recommend going up to the front though, because if you can, I mean, you can even stick the GoPro in the water up there. Yeah. Too. Oh yeah.
Can we have a couple go in the front?
Yeah. This boat is not gonna. I don't care where you guys go. You can all go to the front if you want. Just make sure you hold on, because even though it feels like we're going slow, there's a lot of water getting moved back.
Oh, it's okay.
up. They're really good. Look at them. Are they playing like right next to the boat up there? This would actually probably be a real good spot to go try and stick the GoPro in. They're moving real slow. But there is one. He's up there. He's all brown. Slightly to the right. And he's kind of right where it turns from dark to white. There's a sea lion up there. See if he moves around a little bit. You guys can see kind of his backside right there. And this is all Laguna Beach down here. So this is off the right hand side, that's Crescent Bay. Real nice beach. But you can barely see the sea lion curled right up there. It's called Seal Rocks right here. There he is. He's moving around now. Look at his little head. So these guys are up here literally all day, every day.
ist ja groß. Was soll das? So Rapide hier schon. Das Weibchen dazu. Schau mal her.